I want to talk about cash bail and no cash bail. But I've got to step back a little bit. And for those of you who are new, I've got to explain intersectionality a little bit for you. I've mentioned this before, but intersectionality is all the rage these days among the, particularly the awfuls, the affluent white female urban liberals. They are all about intersectionality. It is an idea derived from Marxism. It actually is an idea derived from Marxism. It's part of Marxist ideological thought. And essentially, it's how power is shaped in society. That's how Marxism views the world. Marxism views the world in terms of power dynamics. And intersectionality assigns characteristics to people. So race, religion, sexual orientation, transgenderism, ability or lack thereof, or disability, things like that, gender, they all weave together. So if you're a white male who is not transgendered, who doesn't have a disability, who is a Christian, you are considered at the height of privilege. And if you're none of those things, you are considered as far removed from privilege as possible. And the intersectionalists out there believe that therefore assigns you, those of you removed from the privilege, are assigned a moral clout that the privileged do not have. And the privileged are supposed to keep their mouth shut, and those who don't have privilege are supposed to speak. Now, it's not surprising that the loudest voices in this dynamic happen to be white progressives. And the white progressives and others who preside over the Los Angeles County Superior Court system have decided to get rid of cash bail. Because in the intersectional power dynamics, cash bail favors the wealthy and not the poor. Now, here's the thing. Statistically speaking, people who have the money to make bail tend not to be recurrent recidivists. People who have the money to make cash bail tend to be wealthier people, and wealthier people commit far less street crime. They tend to commit crimes of passion, not random acts of violence. That's just the truth. So by imposing cash bail, the people who can't afford it, the people who can't meet it, tend to be the people who commit the regular random acts of violence. Because again, wealthy people commit crimes too. But wealthy people's crimes tend not to be random acts of violence. They tend to be crimes of passion directed at people they know. It's the poor crackhead who's doing the burglary and the carjackings to get money to pay for his crack addiction. But what the good elites in Los Angeles County have decided is because cash bail favors the wealthy against the poor, it discriminates against the poor, therefore we must get rid of cash bail. And people are concerned. Sheriff Robert Luna told the Board of Supervisors of Los Angeles County, quote, "Our communities have not been shy about telling us how nervous they are about this change." He said he respects the need to respect constitutional rights of arrestees, but zero bail can demoralize deputies and police officers who work hard to make arrests only to, quote, "watch the offender walk away with a citation as the victim looks on with belief." But the progressives in Los Angeles, including in the court system and on the Board of Supervisors, have decided that to conflate bail with accountability is a problem. That criminals are not going to escape punishment for their offenses. So here's the way the system's going to work. Most people arrested on suspicion of nonviolent or non-serious offenses will either be cited and released in the field or booked and released at a police or sheriff station with orders to appear in court on a specific date for arraignment. Arrestees in such cases who are believed to present a heightened threat to the public or flight risk will be referred to a magistrate judge who will review the case and determine if the person can be held in custody pending arraignment. So, for example, in Los Angeles, starting on Sunday, If someone breaks into your car and steals things from your car, that is not classified as a violent offense. Therefore, the person who breaks the window of your car and ransacks your car, if stopped by police, will be given a ticket and citation and told to appear in court on a particular date and will otherwise be let go. You got that? So they can go smash the window of the second car. And the police, again, will cite them and tell them show up in court on a particular date. The police can stand there and watch them smashing the windows of the cars along the street because it's not considered violent and it's not considered a crime against a person. It's just a property crime. And property crimes will be let go. So if someone wants to vandalize your house while you're not home, the police are just going to give them a citation. If they vandalize the house while you're at home, that's serious. They might go be put in jail. We don't know. Depends on what the magistrate says. If they decide to graffiti your house, they walk down the street with spray paint and they spray paint on all the white people's houses. Kill Whitey. There's nothing the police can do. Give a citation and let them go. That's the way this works. So why are they doing this? They've bought in, the liberal elite in Los Angeles have bought into the idea that this is a discrepancy between the wealthy and the poor. And they wish to end that discrepancy more than they wish to end crime. This is the way social justice ultimately works out, where it is good for society that more people can be victims of crime because crime is an equalizer. Crime, after all, not just the government, takes from those who have and gives to those who have not. Therefore, you must deal with it. This is, of course, societal madness. Now, what's so notable here is people in Los Angeles County are very vocally against this. This was imposed by the Los Angeles Superior Court. It was not put to a vote of the people. It was not passed through an act of the legislature. It's imposed by the court system that is governed in Los Angeles by a group of progressive elites. And there's no way to undo it without voting the judges out of office, which is difficult. They think it is fair. This is from Fox 11 in Los Angeles. The new system is born from long-held criticism that cash bail favored the rich, meaning well-heeled people arrested for even the most serious of crimes could pay their way out of jail, while low-income people languish behind bars for far serious offenses. The new system is based not on cash, but on the risk of an offender presenting to public safety or the possibility the person might fail to appear in court. The county imposed a zero bail system during the COVID-19 pandemic in order to prevent crowding jails. However, crime went up. A Los Angeles judge reinstated the old system, ending the end of cash bail. But the Los Angeles Superior Court overall ruled that this is unfair. It's unequitable. It favors the rich, cash bail does, so we got to get rid of it. We got to let everybody out. Now, a couple people called and asked to clarify what cash bail means. Okay, what cash bail means is that if you're arrested, you have to make bail to get out of prison. And the way you make bail is you put up a bond, and that bond is backed by money. That's cash bail. So essentially, it's the bail system of. It's referred to as cash bail, and I should just refer to it as the bail system. They refer to it as cash bail because they want to emphasize the money, because they want to emphasize that it benefits the rich over the poor. But it's the bail system. You make bail or you don't make bail. The problem is, again, the people who have the money to make bail tend to be the people who have committed crimes of passion. Wealthier people tend to commit crimes of passion. It is the poorer people who commit the random acts of violence. Those are the ones who don't have the money to be able to make bail. They're the ones who stay in prison so that they can't continue to go out and smash cars and take the findings to the pawn shop. But those people who commit the random acts of violence will now be let out of prison. And you should know that the Los Angeles Superior Court system wants you to know if you believe crime will go up, you're racist. That's right. They've already gone there. The Superior Court judges panel wants you to know that if you think crime is going to go up because they're going to end the bail system and just let people out of jail, you're a racist for presuming that. The only thing that can fix this is the people rising up and voting against this insanity. The problem here is that the people of Los Angeles, the good liberals that they are, rose up and supported the people imposing this system. Overwhelmed with their white guilt, they decided to get rid of bail and are sparking a crime wave in the process. And you know what? They're getting their just desserts. They get to live with the policies they wanted and see just how bad those policies are. For the poor people who oppose this, it's going to be a nightmare for them. This disproportionately will fall on poor communities that don't want the end of bail. But the good progressives said you had to get rid of bail. And now the crime wave will commence, and you'll be a racist when you point that out.